real world. And I'm going to explain that with a very simple story. There's a guy I know named Joe Polish, and he managed to proactively go out with the intention of meeting and doing business with Richard Branson. And that's Joe there on the left. And obviously on the right, it's Richard Branson. Now, Joe isn't exactly shy, but he has come from very humble beginnings. He was actually a carpet cleaner, and he created this system to get clients, which he then sold on to other carpet cleaners. And he created an information marketing business from there. So he found out about this event that Richard Branson was going to be a keynote speaker of, and off he went. And as you can imagine, once Richard Branson was finished his speech, he had loads of people coming up to meet him, and Joe noticed that every single person was either pitching something to Richard Branson or asking him for autographs and photos and all that kind of thing. But what Joe did when he met him was to ask him what he was working on right now that Joe could possibly help him with. And this took Branson aback, and he told him about this new charity he was trying to get up and running. So Joe offered to hold a charity event with his clients and fundraise for it if Richard Branson did the keynote speech for that event. And here is a photo of Richard Branson doing just that. So this is at Joe's event. And since then, they've been doing business deals together ever since. So what is there to be learned here? So the first step is to have some kind of common ground. In Joe's case, they were both at the same event. The second step was Joe initiated a conversation. And the third step was that Joe offered value first. Joe offered to help Richard Branson before he asked for anything in return. So how does this work when applied to social media? Well, if you think about it, it's the exact same process. On social media, we usually congregate around some commonality, and the most popular one of those are Facebook groups created around these commonalities. And we contribute to the group in the form of posting content we think other people will find valuable to get into conversations with, usually in the comment section of the posts. And then we add people who engage with our content as friends. And doing this with high-end Resi clients is exactly the same. But before we get to that, we need a quick recap on what high-end Resi clients find valuable. Because unless you communicate these things, you haven't a hope of landing one of these clients. So, who here was at the very first workshop? Do you remember this? So first, we niched on a type of single-family home to show expertise and to allow us to get very specific and granular with our social media content. Then we picked a client niche too, so we could understand what it is the client wants from the project, so we can tailor our social media content to that too. So in the example we used in that workshop, we niched on new build contemporary homes for successful entrepreneurs. So these are our project and client niches. And to get to the point of understanding what is valuable to our clients about the project they want to build, we need to niche down to this level, and then we can align our services with what they find valuable. Does that make sense? But if you weren't at the previous workshops, check out the first one because we covered all that there.